Okay, the next key has to do with opportunities to get your big guy into the kill zone. Okay, I want to talk about a derivative of the fast break. You know about the fast break. That's the opportunity for guards to get out in transition and score. All right, come on with me real quick. Here's what happens. Go ahead and grab the ball, point guard. Okay, in transition, big guys are taught that they run to the block, okay, because that's where they go. They're kind of looked at as worthless in transition, just kind of get them out of the way. Well, the truth of the matter is that the best time to get your big guy an easy touch in the paint is in transition. Now, I grew up, I was a five-star guy. It was basketball nirvana to hang out and listen to Rick Pitino and Kevin Lockery and Hubie Brown and Judd Heathcote and all the great coaches. Well, my freshman year, I had a great coach named Brendan Malone. And Brendan Malone, he was coaching my team, and he saw how frustrated I was because I had a bad first half. And he pulled me aside and he said, look, it's your own fault. What I want you to do to get open in the second half is I want you to sprint rim to rim every single time and get right in the middle of the paint and just stay there until they throw you the ball. I said, okay. First possession, I ran down. I just stayed right in the middle of the paint, and the referee called 3 seconds. And he said, he's open. Why don't you give him the ball? So I did the same thing the second time, and I got it. And then I got it again and again. The opponent got in foul trouble, and I got off in the second half. So here's the strategy right here. It's a 90-foot sprint. You're on defense in the paint. Okay, I'm the big guy, and every single time I'm going to come down and I'm going to plant a foot. I'm going to get below him, touch the ground, and get into his legs and get as big as I can right here. And I've got 3 seconds to audition that I deserve this ball. There are approximately 75 possessions in a game. There's more in the NBA, less in high school, but let's say it's 75. If you can get a big guy that will run every time, touch the paint, spread out right here, and get like this, this is the kill zone. He will shoot 60% on his jump shots. He will get the opponent in foul trouble. So this is a great move for your big guys. Okay, let's try it real quick. You're on defense. Now the truth of the matter is, make sure you touch the paint and spin. Go. The truth of the matter is that most big guys do not want to run transition defense. Switch it up. You're on defense now, you're coming down. They want to come back and just coast to the block and watch everything happening. Your big guy will get open so much. You stood up a little bit. Now, leverage is a big issue here. You want to go south of the border because guys get uncomfortable when you start hitting around their knees. If you get down here, he's backing up and I'm staying low right here. Then you can stand up a little bit. But every time, run right down the middle, get big here, you will gain that respect. Okay, one last time. Touch the floor, stay as low as you can. Okay, and did you notice what the defender did? He backed up a little bit because as a big guy, you don't want people hitting you down low. The fourth key has to do with demanding the ball. The truth of the matter is that big guys are a little bit self-conscious about their height. They don't like bringing attention to themselves. And therefore, they're a little bit passive when they're posting up. I learned a really good lesson from Maurice Cheeks. He was the best point guard that I ever played with. And what he told me really set the stage for the rest of my career. He said, there was a particular game that I remember where we were playing in the Spectrum. I was the starting center. Julius Erving and Charles Barkley were the forwards. Our guards were Mo Cheeks and Andrew Toney. Obviously, I'm not the first option on that team. After the game, I'm a little frustrated because I didn't get the ball a few times. Mo looked me off. And I talked to him about it afterward, and I said, why didn't you give me the ball? And he said, if you don't look like you want it, I'm not going to give it to you. And I walked away and I thought about that. And the key element is, when you're coming down the paint, even in this situation here, if you get low and you're like this, you look kind of soft, and the guard doesn't want to throw it in. That's the truth. He doesn't want to throw it in because you're not going to get it back, right? That's the mindset. So what I think that the big guy should do is get as wide as you possibly can and get a look on your face like, give me the ball, okay? Wave your hands around and get active. If you're on the block here and you're on the wing. Because here's what happens. He's posted up, don't throw it yet. If I'm waving my arms like, come on, come on. For everybody in the stands is saying, why don't they give him the ball? This guy wants to go to, throw him the ball. And the referee is standing right there, and he notices it. Referees respect aggressiveness. And this guy's getting worried too. Good stuff happens if you can get your big guys active. I tell big guys, if your hands are inside your shoulders, you don't deserve the ball. You get them out, you should be able to touch the floor at all times, and this is the hand away from the defense that you want. You get the ball, and then you go to work. The fifth key has to do with what happens when you get the ball and you can't get in the kill zone. You start on the block because this is the majority of what post guys are going to do right in this area. I once had a coach tell me, this was his post philosophy, a good big man will get his jock over the block. Okay? It rhymes, I guess it's kind of cute. It's close to being correct. I think that's too low. I think you want to get your low foot on the low block and spread out. And here's why this is so important. Any good post defender is going to bump his man out, try to get me off the block. He won the war if he gets me out this far. If I do get this block here, then I'm in great shape, okay? I get the ball, and watch what happens. I power dribble right here. That's a hard shot to miss. I'm right in the kill zone. I can throw it up there, and it's probably going to go in. He bumps me out one step. I catch it. I do the same exact move. It's a pretty tough shot. Contested. Okay, I don't have the backboard angle. So that's why it's vitally important that you get that low foot on the block. And here's the way you teach it. Once again, it's all about leverage. As I come in here, if I try to back my way in, this is what most big guys do. I can't move because he's got this leg right here. This is a tree trunk, and I can't get, you will never push the man back. You're probably going to get the offensive foul. So what I teach is you get below the block. You tell your big man to find the block, get over it, touch the floor, and from here, I'm standing up right into his legs, and I'm strong. I've got the block, and I'm ready to power dribble into the paint. Power dribble, and I'm right in the middle. Okay? Once you try it, you bump him. Don't give him the block. Try to back your way in first. Just back your way in. Can't get it because he's got the leverage. He'll never get the block. Now, get below, take your time, and make sure you get that right foot on the block. Okay, go ahead. Get low. Okay, now, did you see what happened? You don't have the block because you hit him and you immediately spun. Take your time, get below the block, get into his knees, get down low, right over it, and then stand up big. Okay? Take your time. Okay, do you have the block? I'll tell you when to spin. You get right over the block and stand there. Your head's going to be over the block. Not yet, not yet. Get even lower. Get lower now. Stand up. Perfect. That's how low you have to get. And the problem is that most guys, when they're battling, the referee is right there, and when you're using your upper body, you're going to get the offensive foul. If you get the leverage, you're in great position here, and you've got the block. All right?